Keeping the tradition of Appalachian craft alive is a major responsibility.
If we don't have art in the world or in people that understand some of the culture and where we came from, then it will die and we won't know.
Artreach has been a 30-plus year program. We are able to bring it to the surrounding states in Appalachia, and then we have field trip days at the community center.
I helped create the Artreach program in 1992. I saw the opportunity to work with the Sevier County Public Schools. Arrowmont has expanded now with additional staff and teachers.
They're going into underserved areas and bringing art to these young people. And who wouldn't want to be a part of that?
It's beautiful. Is this good? That looks great. Now, how do we know when to stop pinching? We don't yet. That's a good point.
Clay has been pivotal to the Appalachian region for a long time. We have ancient populations that were using clay for subsistence, and we talk about that here. They were using clay to make their own little figurines to represent their lifestyle and to communicate. And that's continued on with the history of Black Appalachian populations, with the factories that were creating and selling ceramic ware. I mean, there's a long history here.
Nice. A lot of the students that come in here, it's typically their first time using any fiber arts, or definitely their first time felting. This isn't usually a very common craft that people are familiar with. It's one of the older ways to make fabric and a textile art that's kind of dying out.
Well, it's starting to get harder.
I did the background kind of like a purple, bluish, reddish mixed.
75, 80 years ago, if I was making something, I made it out of necessity. And you'll notice most of the things I create have a useful function.
Very gently, bring it down.
It's so important to instill into these children, you can do this. You can take almost nothing and you can make great, beautiful works of art. I don't have to go to Walmart and buy this. If I've got a piece of wood, I can make it and have that satisfaction of knowing I did this. I did this all by myself.
Really, really slow. You've got one of the wider pieces, so it's going to take a little bit longer. All right, are you okay when you let go? Look at you being She-Ra. Any opportunity for a young person to be able to explore being creative and to develop those self-efficacy and those self-esteem skills is vital in all the elements of life.
I'm going to try to make a bracelet. I'm going to put this thing in some fire, and then I'm going to put it in the water when I get finished. Then I'm going to go flatten my thing out.
But I think it's important for the schools that may not have the opportunity to have the arts, just have the chance to have the kids just play around and be creative. A lot of the kids, they don't get a chance to just kind of play and explore these ideas. They're like, oh, I never really thought of doing this before.
How are you doing, guys?
Good. Look at that.
What does it say, Sophie? My name is Carrie Moore, and I am the art teacher at Piedmont Elementary School. We got invited a number of years ago. I have brought my group of 5th grade students here to participate in Arrowmont's Artreach program. These children get to see art as a profession. They get to meet real artists doing this as a living. They get to see that art is not just painting and drawing. We have museums full of fine art crafts, and I really want to emphasize that to my students. Utilitarian arts are essential. They are important, and this is something that they can be doing as a profession.
A tail! Who said tail? Okay, question. Does a monkey have a long, curly tail?
Specifically as a clay teacher, the ability to help them have access to that material is a really powerful thing and something that I wish all students everywhere had access to.
sponge for the first one, right?
Yeah.
So now we have to divide it up.
If you get them young enough, they're not already full of all those insecurities and that feeling awkward, or I don't want to feel stupid, I don't want to be. They can fully embrace that with this kind of zeal and magic still.
You can see it on their faces because they come in, they feel like they maybe don't have the ability to do this new medium, or they're really confused and have lots of questions. And you watch them work through their ability to learn a new skill, to have mistakes, to work through those mistakes, and then come out with a finished product.
Now, anytime you guys are hammering, whether it be your bracelet or if you're gonna make a keychain in a minute, I'll explain that. You have to have a piece of metal on the back half. If you just give them a path to develop their creativity, they are going to be the young people that are going to think outside of the box and think about how to create an economy. So whether it's metalworking or it's doing digital art or whatever it is that they're going to do, I think that investing in them are going to help us be successful and thrive.
So I'm trying to make a creature with 4 animals combined into it.
Without Arrowmont, I would have never explored the art world any further than make a few objects here and there. But Arrowmont instilled into me the importance of teaching other folks how to create art.
And so to be able to go to different places and learn about different school systems, different engagement of art in Appalachia, which is where I'm from, is huge for me. I really enjoyed connecting with people through their creativity. I think that so much healing can happen without the use of language as well. It really gave my own creative life more meaning as well. So, yeah.
The next step is to drill a hole and put a lanyard on it. For a loop, so you can hang it up at your house, okay?
See how this looks now? It looks really wide, like a skirt. But what happens when I go like this?
It doesn't look like that.
It's very thin, right?
I live here in the Sevier County, and when I go places where people recognize me from Arrowmont, I'll say, oh, have you taken a workshop? And usually they'll say, I came in the 6th grade and I made a piece of pottery, or I made a honey dipper, or I made a piece of jewelry. And those people are in their 30s now, and some of them are the leaders of the county. It's so wonderful to know that they value that experience, and Arrowmont resonates in their early childhood, and they still remember what they made. Is amazing to me.
We draw our animal. Maybe we name our animal too. Maybe we name our animal.
I absolutely feel a sense of pride as an Appalachian artist. My husband is an Appalachian musician, and so it was really important for us to maintain that connection in our careers. I see children feel a sense of pride when I talk to them about the history of clay in Appalachia and their region, because a lot of it they're not very aware of. And I think that it matters to have pride in where you're from, and it's important to be Appalachian, and I'm proud to be Appalachian, and I want them to be as well.